What's up, warriors? I'm Edward, Marine combat veteran, and before we dive in, smash that subscribe button right now because everything on this channel is 100% free. No courses, no upsells, no BS. Just the raw truth about how I got 100% P&T in 4 months and how you can too. Look, I'm a Marine. We don't sugarcoat things, so I'm going to tell you things no one else will. Things other experts or gurus are too afraid to say. Why? Because I've been there. I've sat in that exam room. I've faced these examiners, and I learned the hard way what works and what gets your claim denied. Today, I'm exposing 4 deadly traps in C and P exams that could destroy your claim before you even sit down. And trust me, trap number 4, it's downright evil. So buckle up, stay with me to the end, and let's get you that rating you earned with your service. Semper Fi to my fellow Marines out there, and hooah, hoo-yah, and aim high to all my brothers and sisters from every branch. This information works for all of us. Now let's get into it. First things first, before you even walk into that exam room, you need to understand something crucial about your appearance. I'm going to say something controversial here, but it's the truth. Don't show up looking like you're going to a job interview at Goldman Sachs. I don't care what some VSO told you. I don't care what you read on Reddit. If you're claiming major depression, PTSD, anxiety, chronic pain, and you walk in there fresh shaved, cologne cloud following you around, hair perfectly styled like you're about to do a photo shoot, you just lost credibility. Period. Now look, I'm not saying look like you haven't showered in a week, but it could help. I'm saying your appearance should match your condition. If you're in chronic pain, if you're struggling with mental health, if you're dealing with severe anxiety, show it. Naturally. Honestly. Second, and this is critical, when they ask you about how the drive was, don't say, "Oh, I got here fine." Why? Because if you're claiming issues that affect your ability to drive, concentrate, or function, and you just casually mentioned you drove there, you might as well have brought a sign that says, "My claim is exaggerated." Now, obviously, don't lie. But if your caretaker drove you, your spouse drove you, you took an Uber because you can't drive long distances anymore. That's what you say. My wife had to drive me because I couldn't manage it myself. See the difference? Trap number 2, the make a good impression trap. This one is sneaky and it gets so many veterans. The examiner comes in with this Mary Poppins energy. "Oh my goodness, what a wonderful day. How are you feeling? Did you have a good drive? I just love this time of year." And because you're a good person, because you were trained in the military to be respectful, to build rapport, you match their energy, you smile back, you engage, you try to make a good impression, and they write down, "Veteran presented in no acute distress." Or word, "No objective signs of impairment observed." Let me be crystal clear about something. The greeting is not a compliment. It's data collection. The questions about your feelings are not idle chatter. It's data collection. Everything they say, everything they ask, it can and will be used in that DBQ. So if you reported major depression and they see you jump up, glad hand them with a firm handshake, big smile on your face, you just lost credibility. Because if they read your file, if they actually prepared, your behavior doesn't match what you reported. Now you're probably thinking, "But I don't want to be rude. I don't want them to think I'm difficult." I get it. But here's what you need to understand. This is not about being likable. This is about being credible. So when they say, "Aren't we doing good today?" you say, "I'm doing as good as I can be under my current condition." When they ask about something fun like Disney World or a new restaurant, "I'm sure it's great for people who aren't struggling with what I'm dealing with." You're not being negative. You're being honest about your condition. And that honesty, that's what builds real credibility. All right, we're at the halfway point, and I promised you I'd break down some specific scenarios you're going to face. So let me give you 3 real situations and exactly how to handle them. Scenario 1, examiner. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain today? Here's the trap. They're asking about today, but your claim is about your typical day, your worst days, how it affects your life. So you say, today might be a 5, but on my typical days, it's around a 7. And on my worst days, which happen 2 to 3 times a week, it's a 9. See the difference? You're giving them the complete picture, not just this one snapshot moment. Scenario 2, examiner. Can you bend over and touch your toes? And maybe today you can. Maybe today is an okay day. Do not fall for this. You say, I might be able to today, but most days I can only get to my knees. And some days I can't bend at all without severe pain. Again, complete picture, not just this one moment. Scenario 3, this is for mental health claims. Examiner, do you have any friends? This is tricky. If you say no, they might think you're exaggerating. If you say yes, they might minimize your social impairment. So you say, I have 1 or 2 people I stay in contact with, but it's nothing like before service. I've lost most of my friendships because of my condition, and the ones I have left I struggle to maintain. See how that works? Honest, complete, and it shows the impact of your condition. Now let's get back to the traps. Trap number 3, the skeletons in your closet trap. This is where the examiner becomes an archaeologist digging up bones from your past. Did you ever feel anxious as a teenager? Any injuries in high school sports? Tell me more about your relationship with your parents. Ever get in trouble at school? And here's what they're doing. They're trying to find a non-service connected cause for your current condition. So they can write, claim condition likely existed prior to military service. Which means denied. Now look, 1 or 2 questions about your life before service? That's normal. They need to establish that you were fine before the military. But when they keep digging, keep asking, won't move on to your in-service event? That's the trap. You only have 15 to 20 minutes in this exam. Maybe less. You cannot waste 10 minutes talking about your childhood. So here's what you do. Keep bringing them back to service. Look, I didn't have these symptoms before I served. Can I tell you about when it started for me? Oh, whatever I experienced before the military didn't require medical intervention. It didn't affect my life. It was normal life stuff. What happened during service changed everything. You're redirecting, respectfully, but firmly. Because here's the truth. They have 20 minutes with you. The rater reviewing your claim might have 30 minutes to review years of your medical history and service records. If that DBQ focuses on your teenage years instead of your in-service event, your claim is toast. And now, trap number 4. This is the one that makes me the angriest because it's straight up deceptive. It's called the bait to exaggerate trap. The formal term is malingering, which means faking or exaggerating your symptoms. And here's the sick part. Some examiners don't just look for malingering, they bait you into it. Here's how it works. Early in the exam, they ask, how often do you have panic attacks? You say, about once a month. Later in the exam, they ask, these panic attacks, how frequently would you say they occur? And you, wanting to make sure they understand how bad it is, say, oh, at least weekly, sometimes more. Boom! They got you. Veteran statements inconsistent with self-reported history. Possible malingering behavior. Or they'll compare what you say in the exam to what's in your file. You reported in your claim that you rarely see your kids because of your condition, but you mentioned earlier they live nearby. So you probably see them more than you thought, right? And you, trying to be agreeable, say, well, yeah, I guess I do see them a bit more than I said. And they write, veteran exaggerating social impairment. Do you see how evil this is? They're setting traps to make you contradict yourself so they can deny your claim. So here's what you do. 1. Know your condition. Know what you reported in your file. Know your story. Cold. 2. Pay attention to how you answer questions. If they ask something similar later, make sure your answer is consistent. 3. Don't let them put words in your mouth. If they say, "So it happens daily," and that's not true, you say, "No, I said monthly." 4. Stick to the truth. Always. The truth doesn't contradict itself. If you're honest, if you're consistent, if you stick to what's real, you'll be fine. But if you exaggerate even once, if you contradict yourself even once, they can throw out your entire exam, maybe your entire claim. Look, I know this is a lot. I know it sounds intimidating, maybe even scary. But here's the thing. The C and P exam is just one part of your claim process. And if you go in prepared, if you understand these traps, if you stay calm and truthful, you're going to be fine. Remember, your appearance should match your condition. The greeting is data collection, not a social call. Every question is being documented. Keep them focused on your in-service event. Stay consistent with what you've reported. And above all, tell the truth about your condition. If you do these things, you're going to walk out of that exam knowing you did everything right. Now, before you go, I need your help with something. If this video helped you, if you learned something that's going to make a difference in your claim, smash that subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can keep bringing you content like this. Hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more veterans who need it. And drop a comment below. Tell me what state or country you're watching from. Tell me what part of this video helped you most. I read every single comment, and I respond to all of them. And hey, if you want a deeper dive into the complete C and P exam process, if you want to know exactly how to crush these exams the first time to get the maximum rating you earned and deserve, I've got another video that breaks down everything step by step. I'll put the link on screen right now. Remember, everything on this channel is free. No courses, no upsells, just the truth from someone who's been exactly where you are. Stay strong, warriors. You've earned these benefits through your service. Let's make sure you get them. I'll see you in the next video.